Coming up on the last call, more than 100 athletes across the Chattahoochee Valley took part in National Signing Day, and we've got you covered on where your favorite local athletes are headed. Plus, we're getting closer to state tournament time in high school basketball, but first, region champions were crowned throughout the area. It's all on the last call, and it starts right now. But it's still time for the last call. Normally you hear that from the bartender, but tonight you have to settle for me. This week, region champions were decided on the court, while signing day came and went for more than 100 athletes in our area. So without further ado, let's run it back. And we start in East Alabama with Beauregard, Opelika, and Auburn, which featured a few two-sport athletes and much more. Here's my coverage from Wednesday. In East Alabama, we start with the Auburn Tigers, who had 20 athletes signed to the next level, including a rare Division I two-sport athlete.
It's always been tough to find a college like Auburn, but I've always known that sports is what I want to do, so when I found a place like Baylor and the community and the people, it really attracted me. So the opportunity they're giving me is once in a lifetime, so it's an honor.
Tommy Neesmith will stay at Auburn to play football, while Callie Chiswick, the son of former Auburn University head coach Gene Chiswick, heads to Furman.
My dad, he's like an awesome resource to go to, so he's always told me, like, when you go on the visit, you're gonna feel what home feels like. So I really felt like that was a place that I could spend my next 4 years.
I'm a walk-on, but you know, there's guys above me that are more talented than me, so I got to work harder and just believe in what I'm doing.
And finally, the Tigers state champion baseball team has 3 signees, including future Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket Jackson Arnold. Close by, Opelika held their signing day ceremony for 2 football dogs in Branton Barnett and Jaquan Foote.
It's a blessing to play 2 sports at the next level. Like most people, like you said, not everybody makes it to the next level, and I just thank God every day that He give me the path, you know, to go at the next level.
And the day started at Beauregard as Quandarius Whitlow and Antavius Martin signed to Highland football in Kansas, while their teammate Isaiah McKissick signed to play football and run track at Alcorn State. Reporting on your side, Justin Holbrook, News 3 Sports.
Back in December, the Central Red Devils made school history by winning the school's first state championship since 1993. The senior group broke another record as 18 students signed on Wednesday, so a total of 20 Red Devils signed national letters of intent. Wednesday's group was headlined by running back Amonte Spivey, a longtime Arkansas commit, but saw a last-minute push from Ole Miss. In the end, he chose the Razorbacks.
Just a relationship I built with those guys, just talking to them and being with them throughout the whole process. You know, those guys stayed loyal to me, so I had to stay loyal to them. Loyalty is a big thing for me.
All 20 Devils love sharing this moment together.
I think it's a big deal, man. I mean, we had 18 guys today. That's most in school history. I think that's probably going to be most in the area if I'm willing to bet. So, I mean, I think this is definitely the place you want to come to if you're trying to play football and go to college.
It really emotional moment. I ain't going to cry though, but I'm really excited for all my brothers, you know, being able to play at the next level.
Just a few minutes away in Smith Station, 7 Panthers will take their games to the next level. Of that group, 4 football players will play in college.
Not many people get to play at this next level, and it's just a great opportunity to be able to finally be there and get there.
It's a senior class that endured a winless season in 2017. In 2018, they flipped the script, going 6-4 in their final high school season.
This means a lot to us as a team and as a family to come back and bring or have a winning season as our final season with Smith Station.
And good because I could be able to say I laid the foundation and I was part of the senior class that led to come back and rebound.
Over in the AISA ranks, the Glenwood Gators had a pair of players signed. Bryce Valero, actually that's Russell County right there. We had a former player come back to the school. There is Glenwood. We had Bryce Valero and Nathaniel Serpak. They will play at Coffeyville next season, which is a JUCO college in Kansas. Over in Lynette, a pair of Panthers also signed. Tifton Dobbs is headed to Alabama State, while his teammate Colby Davidson will play his college ball at Point University. And we'll see if we have it again, but it was a cool moment at Russell County. There we go. As 2017 graduate Jalen Harbor came back to announce he's signing with Portland State University to play football. And continuing our coverage, we turn to News 3's Jack Patterson.
It was a banner day for Troup County schools on National Signing Day. The morning started over at Troup High, where 5 football players committed to play in college. Standout wide receiver Jamari Thrash will head up I-85 to play at Georgia State. Jatavius Smith will play in the SIAC at Fort Valley State. Independence Community College of the Netflix hit series Last Chance U picked up 3 signings at True. Joko Willis, Tyree Carlisle, and Alonzo Ogletree will all head to Kansas. Also, baseball signing Jackson Knox will sign with Marion Military Institute.
Kind of talked to the coaches, and me and my mom spoke to the coach last night. It kind of sold, like, he put it in a way like it sold me. Like, he made it seem perfect for me.
Heading in town to LaGrange High, the Grangers had 3 players signed to play at the next level. Linebacker Dexter Fitzpatrick is committed to Mars Hill, while offensive lineman Robert Thornton will go to Middle Georgia, and wide receiver Jordan Ogletree is heading to Tuskegee. Over at Callaway, the Cavaliers had 20 players sign letters of intent today, a new Troup County record, including 2 Division I signings.
It's special. Like I said, like Coach said, we made history today. Signed 20 people. That's the biggest Troup County has seen. And all these guys are my brothers, and we love each and every one of each other.
These are all my brothers. They've been here for me throughout all my injuries, all my ups and downs. Cheer me on through bad games, cheer me on through good games. These are my brothers. I'm happy for them to succeed. I know they're happy for me to succeed.
Over 30 students signed their letters of intent today at Troup County High Schools, making it one of the biggest signing classes in school district history. On your side from Callaway High School in Troup County, Jack Patterson, News 3 Sports.
And now we turn our attention to the Fountain City. News 3 Shakira Speaks caught up with the signees at Carver and Columbus High.
One Columbus athlete is headed to Annapolis to become a midshipman with the Navy.
If I do get the chance to get a starting spot or even close to the starting spot, I'll go for it, but I don't expect to start as soon as I get there.
Receiver Ian Rome is headed to Presbyterian College. Running back Ethan Kinder is running the Wingate University. And safety Joshua Scarborough heads up 75 North to lace up in black and gold with Kennesaw State. Around the corner and down the street, Carver had 6 men throw on collegiate hats. Chandler Hill says Point University was the school he fell in love with, and with tears in his eyes and his teammates behind him, Desmond Whitlock chose Middle Georgia State University.
I like the environment when I went to the visit. I like the coach staff, the players. I just like the atmosphere out there.
Benedict College grabbed this quarterback wide receiver duo. Cameron and Jalen will spend another 4 years together in South Carolina.
I love being my brother, of course. We can go in together and do what we do, and hopefully we can bring some championships.
Isaiah Crowell's cousin Ajani Crowell is going all the way to Iowa to play with Ellsworth Community College. Jarius Thompson says with the NFL in his sights, UAB was the best choice for him.
I know from UAB, they got a nice program to where they can get their players to the next level, the NFL level, and I just feel like that's the right place to go.
And lastly, A.J. Watt says University of Akron is where he wanted to start a new life.
They showed me the most love. They were like the first college, the big time college to come get me.
Shakira Speaks, News 3 Sports.
We keep it moving with the Northside Patriots. 9 Pats signed their letters of intent on Wednesday. 5 members from Northside's football team will play on Saturdays. Sammy Cotton and Caitlin Carson will play softball at the next level. Jack Forbes will run for the University of West Florida, and Carolina Irvin will play volleyball at Agnes Scott College. Over at Spencer, 6 Green Wave players will take their talents to the JUCO level. Robert Murray and Travarius Lee are headed to Highland Community College. Raekwon Jackson and Daniel Mitchell are going to Siskiyou Community College. Taiwan Edwards will head up to Itasca Community College, and Corey Calhoun will head to Dodge Community. Most schools held their signing day on Wednesday, but we also had one on Thursday at Harris County. Ashley Duty signs to Georgia Southern for softball. Taylor Scarborough heads to Bruton Parker College for volleyball. Timmy Brooks signs to South Georgia State for baseball, while TJ Pass and Cohen Perry both signed at Union College in Kentucky for football. And to wrap it up, we go down to Chatco High School. Offensive lineman Kendrick Harvey will take his talents to Kennesaw State University. The future Owl wanted to sign on Friday instead of Wednesday because it was his mom's birthday on the 8th, so what a gift to give the woman that helped him get to that point. That's awesome. All right, when the dust settled, this is how the experts ranked the college recruiting classes. As per usual, Alabama comes out on top as the Tide signed 3 5-star recruits along with 23 4-stars. Right behind them at number 2 are the Georgia Bulldogs, who signed 5 5-star recruits. That's the most of any school in the country. And just outside the top 10 were the Auburn Tigers. Here's what Saban and Malzahn had to say about their signing day success.
certainly satisfied. You know, we wanted to recruit a lot of linemen in this class, and to get 5 offensive linemen and 6 defensive linemen was probably a really good thing. Felt like 5 defensive backs was a really good thing for us. You know, a couple running backs to replace the guys that, you know, we lost this year. You know, a couple young quarterbacks to try to develop to see if they can create some competition at that position. So there's a lot of good things in this class.
You know, I really, when you look at the whole deal, signing 21, very excited about this group. There's some great players in this group, right? That'll be great players for us here at Auburn. And you combine that with the 8 players that, juniors that thought about going out early in the NFL that chose to come back. So we're definitely excited about that. But like I said, overall, you know, happy with that.
For the Georgia fans, Kirby Smart did not hold a press conference on Wednesday, which is weird because usually he loves the media. Kidding, of course. Still to come in the last call, we had several teams advance to a regional championship, and we've got highlights from those games after the break. The first time Central played Smith Station was, well, not much of a game. The Red Devils won by 44, but things changed the second time around when Central only won by 12. And so would it be any closer the third time around? Let's find out as the Devils hosted the Panthers for the region championship yesterday. Central up early. Marquez Henry makes a move and won 14-1 late in the first quarter. You heard me say one, right? Well, here's the first basket for Smith Station. Tyron Jones drops it off to Jalen Heath, and they're on the board. And then the Panthers get another one. Missed layup by Anthony, but Anthony Gosha is there to clean it up. Smith Station wouldn't score much else in the first half. They had 5 right there. Central struggled as well, but they've got the size advantage. Tremere Brown uses it right here. 25-6 Central. And then Xavier Carnes on the wing. Ball fake over to Henry. Strong take and a stare down after that. Central led 30-10 at half. But give credit to Smith Station. The Panthers made this a game in the second half, but Central held on to win by 8, 70-62. Back in Georgia, the Kendrick girls were going for a region title on Friday, early in the first. Mercedes Singtrunk with the steal goes the distance by herself and puts Kendrick up for a zip. Later on, now Kendrick on the inbounds pass gets a point right to Jade Everett, gets the hoop and the foul. Kendrick goes up 10-0, and Coach McKinney is loving what she's seeing. In the second quarter now, the Cherokees add to their lead. Ivana Rockymore hits the short J, and they're for 2, and they're up by 14. Kendrick led by 22 at the half, and they won 54-43 to win the region title. And back in town, the Carver Lady Tigers going for their 27th consecutive win. Early in the second quarter, Keona Gaines with the robbery goes coast to coast. Lady Tigers up by 20. Under 4 minutes in the second. Check out this dime to Cy Hall, gets the bucket through traffic. Carver goes up 32-15, and the Tigers continue to dominate. Whoop, whoop. Outlet Gaines with the bucket to make it 38-19, and the ladies stay undefeated with an 81-35 win, taking home the region crown.
Oh man, this team has been just great. The coach, a great group of girls, and they've worked for everything that they've earned. It definitely wasn't given to them. They came in every day, time to practice, time for anything we had to do. They worked for everything they earned tonight. We're going to enjoy it for the night, and we'll be back in here ready to practice on Sunday, getting ready for the state playoffs.
And with that, the girls head with a perfect 27-0 record to the state tournament. After the ladies, America Sumter and Carver squared off in the region crown early in the first. Panthers on the break. Josh Moore with the rack attack. We're tied at 4. Second quarter now, Tigers down by 4. Devin Flowers finds A.J. Watts on the baseline. The University of Akron commit cuts the Panther lead to 1. A few ticks later, the big fella, Josh Luzane, shows off the range. Panthers go up by 6 with 6:38 left, Watts would answer, though. Hits the Euro step. Easy bucket, Tigers trail by 4. It was close, but the Carver boys claim the region title as well, beating the Panthers by 1, 55-54. We also had 2 more region championship games on Saturday, both going down in Marion County. The girls, who had not lost a game all year, fell 70-64 to Greenville, who beat them in the state title game last year. But the boys got the job done, beating Macon County 76-75 to win their first region title since 1974. And rounding out the regional championship action was the Auburn Lady Tigers, who took down Central 57-45 to win the 7A Region 4 title to cap off a 21-4 season ahead of the state tournament. We're still serving on the last call, and up next we take a break and go to the next level SEC hoops action from yesterday and see which Tiger team came out on top between Auburn and LSU. Two weeks ago, Auburn was moved out of the top 25 for the first time in more than a year. But since that happened, the Tigers have been on a tear, ripping off 3 straight wins while holding all 3 opponents to 63 points or less. But the real test of where Auburn stands in the SEC came on Saturday afternoon. Tigers taking on the Tigers of LSU, who at 8-1 are 1 game back of Tennessee in the SEC. Let's jump to the second half. Jared Harper with the lazy pass has it stolen by Javonte Smart. Auburn allowed 31 points off 19 turnovers. Naz Reid finishes with the flush to go up by 10. Then Tremont Waters in the corner over to Skylar Mays. Where there's a Mays, there's a way. 3-pointer is good, 71-62 LSU. But 10 seconds later, Malik Dunbar wastes no time getting those 3 back. Auburn down 6 with 5 minutes left. Auburn still down 6 with 30 seconds left. Harper pulls up. Yes, sir. 16th made 3-pointer of the game for Auburn, and they're back in it down by 3. Harper gonna try to make it happen again. Shot goes up. No foul called. It's way off. LSU gets the rebound, but Smart, not so smart, turns it over. Harper to Bryce Brown. He goes up. No foul called there either, and the shot's no good. LSU holds on to win 83-78 as Auburn moves to 5-5 in the SEC. They had 5 losses in the SEC all of last year.
Yeah, we knew the focus tonight was second chance points for LSU, keeping them off the boards, and we didn't do a very good job of that, and they did a great job. Our lack of physicality, it was a factor, but give LSU all the credit, and they just threw us out of the way and killed us on the boards.
We need to get Bruce Pearl a stress ball. They threw Auburn out of the way to the tune of 29 second chance points. Ouch, they're missing Austin Wiley for sure. More SEC action going on Saturday. Georgia lost for a 4th straight time, falling to Ole Miss, while Alabama went on the road and beat Vanderbilt by 10, 77-67. Still to come on The Last Call, Sports Director Rex Castillo made his way out to Box Springs, Georgia to catch up with a 10-year-old ninja who's swinging her way across the country competing in the sport she loves. That's coming up. Over in Box Springs, Georgia, there's a 10-year-old girl right here making a name for herself in the sport of ninja, and our very own sports director Rex Castillo tried to challenge her in her own backyard, literally. Take a look.
Jordan Watson is a 10-year-old with a lot of energy. Instead of sitting in front of a smartphone, she uses that energy to power through obstacle courses. She fell in love with the sport of ninja after seeing it on TV.
This just looks so fun. It looks so fun to meet all the people and to just conquer the obstacles is just part of the fun. And you get to meet people and go different places and see new things and travel a lot too, so it makes it fun to see all the sights and things.
Instead of staying inside, Jordan says the sport fits her personality perfectly.
So being outside and doing active stuff, which I've always been really energetic, it's just like all of me just combined into one place.
And her passion has followed her home. In her own backyard, Jordan has her own obstacle course.
Always wanted just a swimming pool in the backyard, but instead we have a full-on ninja course.
The 10-year-old Box Springs ninja has won multiple competitions around the country. Next, Jordan will travel up to Connecticut for the Ninja League National Championship. Obviously, Jordan has conquered a lot of obstacles, including a lot of these one back here. But now it's time for this guy to see what he can do. Let's see if she can beat 3. First up, the floating boards. Jordan makes it look way too easy. As for your sports director, off to a solid start. Grab the board. But gravity wins this round. Next up, the rings. Jordan goes from one end to the other with the greatest of ease. Your non-ninja sports director reached for the brass ring, but my grip didn't allow me to stay there.
So obviously, final score, her a lot, me nothing. Be honest, how'd I do?
Good for your first try.
It's a good thing she was being nice. Okay, last on The Last Call, we remember the life of Chad Dixon, a great sports writer, a great friend, and a great family man, gone too soon. Last night, we lost a member of our Chattahoochee Valley sports family. Chad Dixon, a sports reporter at the Citizen of East Alabama, passed away after a courageous bout with cancer, a disease he had beaten twice before. Chad was a Central High School grad and a big part of the Smith Station community. He made appearances with us on our weekly sports show, this right here, The Last Call, and his knowledge of Central and Smith Station athletics was second to none. He was a huge fan of the Cubs and Alabama, and he cheered for his teams as hard as he fought the disease. And that's what he was, a fighter, a competitor, but most of all, a great family man that we're going to miss tremendously. To Chad's wife Brittany and his daughters and all of his friends and family, we here at News 3 send our heartfelt condolences. Thank you, Chad, for everything you did. Chad Dixon was 36 years old.